Hello everyone, welcome back to Moby Studio, and today I'm here to kind of just give a brief preview into Sweet Magnolias Season 4. I'm mostly just sharing stuff from the trailer, and my theories as to what might happen in the new season. I have not watched Season 3 since it came out, so some details are a bit fuzzy to me. I've read some recap articles to try to get back into the swing of things with the show. Let's just say I blocked out a lot of season 3, and that's mostly because I did not like that season. And it's hard to explain. There was just so many odd writing decisions and just a lot of character regression, and it was just a big disappointment to me all the way through, and just way too many characters, and just not really being able to follow the storylines very well. And of course, the friend group drama that lasted for 3 episodes was just a bit too much for me, and it just was not even an enjoyable tension. Really, the only thing I would say I even liked was some of the teen stuff. Stuff was good, but a lot of the adult stuff was very ridiculous in season 3. So it did end though on a happy note. Dana, Sue, and Ronnie did their vow renewal. Helen caught the bouquet, and her and Eric made eye contact. And then Cal and Maddie are staying together. It seemed like they were kind of setting up maybe a proposal there. I almost thought he would at the end of that season, but they're clearly saving it for season 4. And then Ty and Annie held hands, and Isaac and Noreen said they had to say something to each other. So I don't really know. So really, that's the main lingering question: is what do they wanted to say to each other? I guess to me, the thing that makes the most sense is Isaac telling her that Bill's his father, because that's the one thing too that was a big disappointment. Sure, there is some tension between Bill and Isaac, but the fact that nobody else really found out that Bill was the father was kind of a disappointment. That was such a big reveal at the end of season 2, and they really did nothing with it in season 3, so I was not a big fan of that. But Noreen could be telling him that she's dating someone new, because we did see her with the farmer guy, and we do see a shot in the trailer where they're both at a farmer's market, it looks like. So I think that's connected to Jeremy. Jeremy's the one who dated Dana Sue in season 2, and it looks like she's now dating Noreen. So kind of going into this new season, I don't really know what's going to happen with the 3 major couples. I guess to me, Maddie and Cal's next step is an engagement, and I do think we'll get that in season 4. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to get a wedding. If it's the final season, then maybe, but we don't know if it's the final season or not yet. But I do think it would make sense to end the show with Maddie and Helen both getting married. But again, I don't know how long this show is going to go on for, so I don't know. Dana, Sue, and Ronnie, I feel like there might be some Kathy stuff still unresolved, because she still didn't get back the money. I would like her to get back the money, because she tried to make us sympathize with her by giving back the dollhouse or whatever, but that wasn't enough. I think everyone wanted her to give the money back, and she didn't. So I have a feeling that's not over. But I also feel like their main plot line is going to be Annie growing up, and dealing with that, just like Maddie is going to be dealing with Ty, because I think they're both going to be seniors, I want to say, both Ty and Annie. I know Kyle's a little bit younger. So I think there's going to be a big plot line as to colleges, and I know that Ty had all this baseball stuff, and that was a thing in season 3, and I feel like everything else just kind of dominated that, and I forget it, because it probably actually had some good stuff in it. It just wasn't, I don't know. I know he also had this little love interest with this girl who was tutoring him. Again, there was just a lot of short-term romances in season 3. It was very much stalling for a lot of the main romances, but there was just way too many, Eric and that one girl, Ty and this girl. It seems like Kyle's is actually going to lead somewhere, but then Noreen and Jeremy, I guess that could continue going on. I don't know. There's just so many different relationships, and that's not a bad thing. It's just, I don't know. We'll see. But a question I do have is, it looks like they're in a church and maybe a funeral, because they're dressed up. So I did see a theory online that Bill's gonna die, and apparently Kathy was like spotted like there too, which would make sense because her and Bill were a thing. So if Bill did die, what a sigh of relief, because in season three, I was so annoyed with Bill, but not just Bill himself, but mostly just the fact he didn't contribute anything to the storyline anymore. And it was just getting very tiring. The whole storyline with Isaac, Noreen, and him was a total snooze fest. I was so bored out of my mind, and it made me not like Isaac and Noreen either. Like, I thought they were being just as selfish as Bill. And maybe even more, because I still didn't think Noreen really had a right to keep Rebecca from him without like a legal lawsuit. And even then, I don't think there would be a strong enough case against Bill. Um, so I don't know. That whole plot line really annoyed me. So I guess a way to get rid of that plot line is to get Bill out of the picture. And that could be a good plot line actually for Ty and Kyle and Maddie. And I don't remember her daughter's name. Katie. Yeah. That could be a good plotline actually, and maybe that will be their main plotline. That little family is Bill dying. That could be really good actually. And Cal helping Maddie through a big loss like that. I think that could be a really good part for the season instead of just bringing Bill back and him continuing to be a douche and just wreaking in people's lives. So I think that's actually a good writing decision if they do go that way. And then I guess Helen and Eric are going to be a thing. It looks like get back together. I really hope Ryan is out of the picture. He better be, because the fact that relationship continued into season three was just so frustrating. And I never liked them together. I mean, I guess they weren't terrible in season one, but then when they broke up, it made sense and that it wasn't going to work out. And then the fact that they brought it back around was just terrible. And yeah, I hated that. I'm hoping Helen and Eric can get back together this season for sure. And then we see kind of the new Magnolias grouping of Annie, Cece, and Lily. And this is going to be cute too. I'm looking forward to that grouping, and I'm sure Ty and Kyle will like have their own talks too. More teenage stuff, because the teenage stuff is my favorite part of this whole show. I mean, I like the three Magnolias sisters or whatever, but the teenage stuff is definitely what sold me to the show, even back from season one. It was just really compelling stuff. So we're getting Ty and Annie like stuff, and I'm really hoping this will be the season, because they have stalled a lot on that relationship. They kissed once, but that was when she was drunk. That was season one. And then they had her and Jackson be together for 2 seasons. They really want to make the Ty and Annie fans just wait as long as possible, and it got very frustrating. So I'm hoping that they'll get together in season 4 and that Jackson's out of the picture. There's just several people I want to be out of the picture this season that have just really overstayed their welcome. Bill, Ryan, Jackson. Honestly, that whole Mayer family, the Lewis family, can get out because I don't care about any of them. Especially because it seemed like Kyle was getting his own romance, but honestly, I kind of forget who those characters were in the first place. I don't really know. I just think partly because I haven't watched for a while, but another part of it being that I just forget a lot of that stuff. I think a lot of season 2 and 3 blends together too, because there's just so many new characters and plot lines going on. So excuse me for that. I'm sure there's a lot of other people in my boat that were lost at some of the decisions made in season 3 especially. But those are the main things. We are getting Cal's mom coming in, so that's interesting. I feel like that's going to happen after all the Bill stuff, I would assume, and maybe be a catalyst for something more between Maddie and Cal. I don't know. I really don't have a theory as to what she's doing. I mean, we'll get to learn more about Cal and meet his mom, or his family. So that'll be cool. But I think the main thing I want is if there's going to be conflict between the 3 Magnolia sisters, and it kind of looked like there might be some in the trailer. Nothing too serious. I just hope it could be in a way that makes sense and not be dragged out for 3 episodes, please. Just a 1 episode conflict, even just like a one scene conflict. I mean, those are going to happen and that's fine. They just don't need to be dragged out that long over the most ridiculous thing. Yeah, so more. I mean, the trailer had a lot of scenes between the three of them just laughing, and honestly, that's what I want. I mean, again, I still prefer the teenage stuff, but I do like when the three of them are just like having fun and chilling and gossiping. That's always enjoyable. That's what I love about the show. So just more of that. I think this season's shaping up to be very good as long as they can get rid of a lot of those characters I don't like and chart new ways forward. I think season 4 could be really good. I think that this show is interesting. It kind of had the Outer Banks problem to me. I love the first 2 seasons. Now both shows I like season 1 better in, but season 2 was of both shows were okay, and then season 3 of both I hated. Especially Outer Banks was terrible, and Sweet Magnolias was pretty bad too. And then season 4 of Outer Banks redeemed itself for the most part, but I still had issues with the ending, in many ways. So, I mean, I hope Sweet Magnolias can be really good all the way through. I don't want it to be good up until the ending. I want it to be good all the way through. So that's my hope. It does seem like the trailer looks very promising and not too many characters, I hope, because we don't need that many. There was like 20 main characters in season 3, I swear. It was just way too many. So let's like get it down to 10, which I think they can do. 10 characters is a good amount to keep track of and everything. I am watching it with my mom. It's not, some shows with my parents I watch beforehand, like binge it, and then I like Cobra Kai, and then I go back and watch with them. Not Sweet Magnolias. Sweet Magnolias is a show I just strictly watch with my mother. And I don't think I have time. Those episodes are long. I don't have time to watch them twice. So, as far as recaps go, again, I kind of hate that it drops all at once. It's just a lot. That's why I like the 5 and 5 release. It's easier to get reviews out. So I would say I probably won't get anything out till we finish the season. So I would expect something maybe late February, early March. We watch like we'll probably watch a few episodes each week. So I would say expect something early next month and early March. I'll post a recap. So stay tuned for that. Again, and then don't post any spoilers into this video, please. I'll post when I'm ready. We'll watch at our own pace. The last thing I want is spoilers, and it's not a huge fandom, so I don't think I had that to worry about. But yeah, I'll see you guys then with my recap in about a month or so. Comment down below, are you excited for season 4, your favorite characters, what you're looking forward to, favorite relationships, all of that. And I'll see you guys then. Bye, everyone.